Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Uh, Now we are going to see one correction we need to do here. That is in sixth question of Python getting started. In that check all syntactically correct statements. So in the first question, that is which input statements are correct. Here this is also correct only. Why means two statements are correct. First and second both are correct. Because in the first one we didn't get any error. Okay. Why means that prompt is expecting here. So if you use this parenthesis, okay, so it will get it is expecting something from you. Okay, so raw input, normally raw underscore input, this function, no, normally it is used to get the string value. Okay, so whatever value you are getting, that is either number or a string, it is going to convert that number value into string only. String also going to be taken as string only here in this a variable. So let's say we have used variable, so this is going to get the value from the user. See here, a equal to raw underscore input I have given. So immediately we got a gap here in this previous video, no, we got a gap. Okay, so in this output stream. So in that gap you need to enter the value. Okay, so if you enter the value as 10, and then in the next line if you just type a, okay, immediately you'll get the Python prompt, you didn't get any error, so that statement is correct only. So a, if you type a, that is variable, so it is now taken the value 10, so that is considered by raw input function as string value only. So raw underscore input, whatever value we are passing as input to raw underscore input function, that is going to take that value or convert that value in the form of string only. So we are getting same 10 in a string value as a string value. So these first two statements are input statements are correct. Okay, so now let us move on to the topic what we want to discuss, that is 11th question. We need to start. So is Python case sensitive? We have discussed already. Yes, Python is case sensitive. That means small x and capital X are different in Python. Next is, what does immutable mean? Which data type in Python are immutable? That is, in an immutable variable, the change of value will not happen in place. That means whatever value we are changing in that variable, it won't be happen in that same place itself. Modifying an immutable variable will rebuild the same variable. That means that variable will be allotted or assigned with a new memory address. Okay, it will be now pointing to new memory address. It won't be the value won't be changed in the same place. So now it will be pointing to different memory address. That immutable variable will be pointing to different memory address only. Okay, so that's why it is known as immutable. And which data type in Python are immutable means string, number data type, string data type, and sets and tuples are immutable data types. Okay. Next question. Name four of Python's basics data types. Why are they called so? Okay. Why we are calling those basic data types as basic data types? So let us see what are the four basic data types we have in the Python. So first one is number, and then sequences, sets, and maps. Okay, these are the four basics data types. So whatever we have studied in the getting started chapter, whatever data types we have studied, everything comes under this basic data types only. So these are called so because first one, that number data type stores numerical values and it is immutable. That is the value of its object, that variable cannot be changed. Object means what? Variable only. Okay, so value of that object or variable or identifier cannot be changed. These are of three types. So number data type will be having integer and long integer, float or floating point, and then complex. Okay, now sequence. Sequence is an ordered collection of items indexed by positive integers. So it will be having the index values. In order to refer every value, we have the index address. It is a combination of mutable and non-mutable. There is immutable data types. So under sequence we have immutable also, mutable types also. That is lists, tuples, and all we are having. So lists comes under tuples are immutable, lists are mutable. Okay. So three types of sequence data types available in Python are strings, lists, tuples. So in the tuples and strings are immutable and lists are mutable. Okay. Now Sets is an ordered collection of values. Third one, sets. Sets is an ordered collection of values of any type with no duplicate entry. That means same entry should not be repeated in the sets. Sets are immutable. Okay. Example set. Example they have given here. And now mapping data types is the last basic data type, are ordered, unordered. Okay, this is also unordered and it is mutable data type. It is not immutable, it is a mutable one. Dictionaries fall under mapping. So dictionary D is equal to, within phrase, no, we need to enter the value as a key value pair. Okay. Now 13th question, what are relational operators? Explain with the help of examples. So relational operators are symbols. Relational operators are what? Symbols only. These are all called symbols only. Okay. That perform operations on data. See here, it is performing operations on data and return the result as true or false depending on the comparison conditions. Depending on the comparison condition, either it will be returning the answer as true or it is returning the answer as false. Okay. Now, 6 relation operators are there in Python. They are Python less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and then equal to, and then not equal to operator. Okay. So now let us see less than. 7 less than 10 true, 7 less than 5 false, 7 less than 10 less than 15. First it is comparing 7 less than 10, that is true. Okay, so lesser value, then again 15, true only. So 10 is lesser than 15 only, so true. Everything is true here. Okay, so like that you can check the string values also. Okay, and then greater than also you can be checked with string values. So how the string values are checked? Letter by letter, alphabet by alphabet, it is going to be checked. So if you consider alphabetical order A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, so which is coming first? So hello is coming first. Hello is greater than, sorry, G only coming first. Okay, G after, then H. So H is coming after. So H value is greater than G value. So it is true. Okay, and then G is coming first. So that value will be lesser than this H. So it is false. Okay. So now less than or equal to. Okay, in alphabetical order. So if any alphabet comes first, okay, that is lesser. That is lesser. The alphabet which is coming last will be greater value. Okay, like that you need to consider. And now goodbye, it is less than or equal to hello. Yes, G is coming first. Okay, it is lesser value. It is coming, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So G is the 7th letter and H is the 8th letter. So 7 is less than 8 only, you know. 7th position is lesser than 8th position only, you know. So it is true. So like that you need to check every alphabet's order. Okay. And then greater than or equal to also you need to check it. The 10 is greater than or equal to 10. Yes, it is true. Equal to is true. So either one should be true. Either greater or equal to should be or equal to. Okay, so it is true only. So 10 is greater than or equal to 12. 10 is not greater, not equal also. So it is false. And then not equal to can be written as exclamatory equal to symbol. And then less than operator, greater than operator. Both can be used for not equal to. Okay, so 10 is not equal to 11. It is true only. Next one is equal to operator. So equal to double assignment operator, that is double equal to, we need to use for checking both the side values are true or not. Okay. Now next question, what is an integer? Integers are the whole numbers consisting of plus and minus sign with decimal digits like 1, 5 zeros and then minus 99, 0, 17, like that. Any number you can consider here in the integer. It is a whole number. Okay, consisting of plus number, plus sign also and minus sign also. While writing a large integer value, don't use commas to separate the digits. So whenever you are using large integer, we should not use the commas. Also, integer should not have leading zeros. So initially we won't write any zero in the integers case. Okay. Next is, what is variable? Variable means it can be called as identifier or object. What names may variable have? Okay. So object or variable is a name which refers to a value. It is referring to one particular value. What names may variable have. So a variable may have the following names. That means it can be of any size, and it can have allowed characters like a to small a to z and capital A to z, 0 to 9 and underscore. These are the allowed characters and in the variable name. Underscore only allowed as a special character. Okay. Now it should begin with alphabet or underscore. It should not begin with any number. Okay. And should not be a keyword like global, print. All those keywords should not be used. Already reserved words should not be used in the case of variable names. Now next question. How are keywords different from variable names? Keywords are the reserved words in Python. We cannot use keyword as a variable name or function name or any other identifier. They are used to define the syntax and the structure of the Python language. So keywords are used to define the syntax and structure of the Python language. All keywords except true, false and none are in lowercase, and they must be written as they are. So except these three, others and all should be written in lowercase only, because true, the first letter should be capital, and in false F should be capital, and in none N should be capital. Except these three keywords, other should be written in lowercase only. Okay. So why are data types important? Because if we know the data types only, we come to know which operations can be applied on the which operations we can perform on those data types. In order to differentiate one data from other one, we are the data types are very much important. So let us see the answer. In Python, like in all other programming languages, data types are used to classify one particular type of data. That means means integer we can identify easily, and floating point means it will be written in a different way. So like that are used to classify, okay, separate, or uniquely identify one particular data type or type of data. This is important because the specific data type you use will determine what values you can assign. If you know the data type only, you will come to know what value you can assign to it for the variable and what you can do to that. Okay. So in that values, what kind of operations you can perform on that. So that also you can decide. For that only the data types are important. Okay. Now, how can you convert a string into an integer, and when can it be used? Okay. So when this string to integer can be used, no? To convert a string to integer in Python, use the int function. Okay, int of opening and closing parentheses you need to use for converting a string into a integer. This function takes two parameters, that is the initial string and then the optional base to represent the data, and use the syntax print of int of. Okay, inside the parentheses we are using within double quotes string value we are passing, that is 13. Now here it's a string value because it is enclosed in the double quotes. Okay, so now this 13 string is converted into integer. Okay, to return the string 13 as an integer. Okay, so we need to use this syntax. And how can text be read from the keyboard? So if you want to read text means what? It's a group of characters or strings. If you want to read a string, what uh, how you can read that string? Okay, so we need to use raw underscore input function. So raw underscore input opening and closing parenthesis you need to use. This opening and closing parenthesis only, it is used to get something, some kind of input from you. That is mainly string only. It will be string, like a string it will be converted. Okay, if prompt is present, that means this parenthesis is present, it is displayed on the monitor, after which user can provide the data from the keyboard. So this prompt will be expecting something from you, some data from you. You need to provide the data from the keyboard. The function takes exactly what is typed from the keyboard, and then it will convert into string. Okay, so whatever we are typing, exactly it will take that same thing, and this, now it is converting that to string, and then return it to the variable on the LHS, that is left hand side of equal to a equal to, like that. If you assign any variable on the left hand side of this raw input, to that variable whatever value we are assigning, that is converted into string, and then that string is going to be assigned to the variable on left hand side of equal to. Okay, now how are comments written in a program? In Python, comments start with hash symbol. Okay, so hash symbol only it is going to be started. Anything written after hash in a line is ignored by the interpreter. Interpreter will not will not do any kind of action on that comment line. So that is, it will not have any effect on the program. The comments cannot be having any effect on the program. It won't do any change in the program. Comment can appear on a line by itself, or they can also be at the end of the line. So in the same line itself we can write the comment line, or else at the end of the program also we can write the comment line. The comment line, that is hash calculating area of rectangle, can also be written as following using triple quote. So we can use this calculating area of rectangle using triple quotes also, but both the sides we need to open the triple quotes and close the same line with the triple quotes. Okay. So these are two ways we can write the comments in Python program. Okay, next we will see some of the lab exercise questions. So in the next video, we will see lab exercise questions. For today's test, no, you need to revise only up to this 20th questions in chapter 1 of getting started. That is introduction to Python chapter, no, in that unit. Only up to this 20 questions you need to revise. That is up to 12 pages. Out of 20 pages, 12 pages alone you need to cover in the unit 3. And then in unit 2, algorithms and flowcharts, whatever I have covered in the first video, you need to revise everything. Okay, thank you students. So in the next class, you can see this lab exercise questions also, but I will send you as a PDF, this entire PDF file you will receive in your WhatsApp. Just see to that, and if you want to write in your classwork note, complete it, or else you just take a printout of this. If it is a, the printer is available, just take a printout, or else anywhere you can go to browsing center also and you can take a printout of this and keep the material in a safe way till you complete your 12th standard, because this will be continued in the 12th standard also. The same portions will be continued in the 12th standard also. So study well. Thank you.